Today we're going to talk about vision. We're going to talk about what it means to be able not only see what God's doing in the earth, but be able to respond to it without distraction. Most of us are so certain that we've got that prophetic view in mind that when God shows us something, we'll be able to see it clearly. I can remember a few years ago, on one of our trips to Italy, we went to Sicily, and they wanted to show us Mount Vesuvius. And so we were, as we toured Italy and Sicily, they took us to many places. And one of the places they wanted to show us was Mount Vesuvius. And so we're driving down the road, and there's trees high on either side of the road. And all of a sudden, Mount Vesuvius came into view. But at the same time, I saw these two donkey carts, just two wheels, and a donkey pulling it with wine barrels on the one and fresh vegetables on the other. I started to look around for a TV camera because I thought they were doing a movie. This thing was, of course it was authentic, but it was there. But the thing that was so surprising was that I was concentrating so much on those carts that we drove right past the view between the trees, and I missed Mount Vesuvius. And everybody else is going, "Awesome, did you see that? That was great." And I said, "You know what? I missed it. I was concentrating on seeing these one-wheeled carts. And because I was looking at these one-wheeled carts, I missed the real purpose for the trip, which was Mount Vesuvius." And we are like that all the time. We search for God. There's a specific thing we're interested in. And just whenever we're on the verge of a tremendous revelation, we are distracted. And most often we're distracted by those things that don't permit us to look where we want to look. Because there's so many rules that we abide by, so many limitations that are strapped to us, that being able to see what God's doing is really not the problem. The problem is allowing us to accept the things that we see God's doing without the distractions of the things around us. We will consistently miss the big picture because of the distractions of mere mortal man. And you know there are distractions. There are things that don't permit you to see the new and exciting things. So God's showing me this spectacular thing of Mount Vesuvius. My eyes are earthbound on two-wheeled carts carrying wine and veggies. Actually, the veggie cart didn't excite me too much, but the wine cart was awesome. So the point is, I'm going to ask you, what is it in you that distracts you? Do you have distractions that keep you from being able to see things you've never seen, hear things you've never heard, do things you've never done? Think about that for a minute. And if you answer it truthfully, you know that there are always distractions. Cloud our mind of the things we should be listening to. We battle with things that we see. Our brain tries to say no while our eyes are saying yes. It's a tremendous fight between what we see and what our minds are able to accept. That's the battle in the spirit. We see God wanting to do new things in the earth, and we see those with our spiritual eyes, that our brain doesn't accept them. Simply because what we are seeing with our eyes is so weird, so different, that we have to reject it. you know I'm telling you the truth. You need to be careful of it. Now, I got another question for you. Many of you, paying attention to what I'm saying, until you saw me take a bite of this banana with the peel on it. And then all of a sudden, you were so freaked out about the banana peel, I doubt that you heard whatever else I said. That's the perfect example of what we do in God. God shows us something spectacular, and yet it so conflicts with our logic. It so conflicts with our doctrines. It so conflicts with what we are told and what we are taught. We spend all our time fighting the conflict, and we miss the spectacular nature of what God's doing. Now, what you're going to have to do is start this whole thing over and watch it again. And this time, don't be distracted by the banana peel. In fact, you ought to try it. The ones that are soft, old, sort of black, have a little bit of scum on them. Very healthy for you. Has all kinds of vitamins and things that you need. When you turn 40 like me, you need stuff like that. So, anyway, remember what I'm saying. God's going to show you great things. There's great activity in the earth, but there will be distractions. There will be things that defy logic. There will be things that defy your doctrines. Just like Peter was told to take and eat. He had that ham sub that dropped down out of heaven while he was on the roof, and he wouldn't eat it. David walked into the presence of God. Totally unscriptural. Peter ate his ham sub. Totally unscriptural. What was the argument? They didn't. Of course, it was not unscriptural, but their minds couldn't comprehend it. When God shows you something, don't argue. Don't let your mind dismiss it because it looks like somebody eating a banana peel. Thanks. Bless you.